Hello, my name is Sean. Welcome to the channel, and today, let's talk about hypercars, and not just any hypercars, but some of the top 5 fastest hypercars ever that haven't been released yet. Yeah, this is something that kind of blows my mind. These cars, some of them we've learned about almost 10 years ago, and they have yet to hit the street. But before we get into today's video, let's talk about today's sponsor, me. I am doing a 100,000 subscriber challenge for the channel. This is my crazy challenge for the year. Trying to get 100,000 subscribers. Can I do it? I don't know yet. That's going to depend on you guys. So subscribe to the channel. Help me meet this goal and see where we get at the end of 2022. So let's start the video. These are 5 hypercars that have yet to be released. Starting with number 1, and a car we just did a video about, the Duval 16. This car was announced in 2013 and been in development since 2016, and we haven't really seen much of anything from it since. It supposedly makes 5,000 horsepower, and the base model is supposed to be 1,500. Now, since I just did a video about this car, I won't make another video. People are just saying that it's fake. We probably will never see it on the road, but that is a hypercar that we have yet to see here in 2022. And now let's get to number 4, a car that we know is going to actually hit the road, and that is the Aston Martin Valkyrie. When the Valkyrie was unveiled way back in 2016, it was touted as one of the fastest cars in the world with a top speed of 250 miles per hour. And there were rumors that this car could hit a theoretical 300. Well, a lot has changed since then, because the top speed for the street legal version is only 217 miles per hour. I say only because that ain't 250. It's actually the track only version of the Valkyrie that can hit 250 miles per hour. Now, that's a big disappointment for me, but I'm not the person they're looking to sell this car to, because I don't have the $3 million it costs to actually buy this car. And I assume that it's the technology behind this car which is keeping it from being produced and put into people's hands. I really don't know. I don't have the plug with Aston Martin, so that's only a guess. Number 3 in hypercars that have yet to be released is the rival for the Valkyrie, the AMG 1, formerly the Project 1. The AMG 1 is a hypercar that was shrouded in more mystery than its rival, the Aston Martin, because we really didn't know what to expect coming in. We actually didn't know if this was a real car until we seen a production version. Now, the numbers for this car is around 211 miles per hour, probably a little more in the realm of 220. I don't know. They never said that this car was going to be the fastest. We just kind of assumed it because it's Mercedes, and they've been known to make some of the fastest hypercars in their past. Now, why it's taken this car so long to come out, I have no clue. I'm assuming it's also technology reasons. This car is pretty sophisticated, something we haven't seen from the likes of Mercedes Benz. It's a V6 hybrid. It can do some pretty crazy numbers. Also, I'm assuming they're waiting for the AMG GT production to end. I've never known them to have a supercar and a hypercar available at the same time. This is just a guess of mine. It could be a bunch of different factors. I don't have the plug. Mercedes not calling me and giving me information about anything. Now, think about this. Ferrari's SF90 Stradale has came out before its 2 rivals, which were announced years before it. Makes me wonder if the technology behind these 2 cars are actually going to be, modern and up to date, or will it be lagging behind technology because of how long it took for these cars to actually hit the road. And at number 2, we have the Koenigsegg Jesko. Now, this car is probably the newest car on the list because it wasn't announced till 2019 and it's said to be coming out pretty damn soon. Now, the version I'm looking most forward to is the Absolute, which is supposed to be the fastest car on the planet with a theoretical top speed of 230 miles per hour. Now, will that car actually reach that number? I don't know. I haven't really known Christian von Koenigsegg to ever say a number that his cars couldn't achieve because, they did have the fastest car in the world for a very, very long time and have plenty of cars that actually have been the fastest car in the world. And I believe the Jesco Absolute can also be the fastest car in the world, and it doesn't even have to go 300 miles per hour to get that official record. Now, I do believe Koenigsegg will try to test that unofficial record by Bugatti of 304 miles per hour, and I'll probably do 310 both ways. That's just a guess of mine, but we don't know. We'll have to wait to see for the production version to hit the roads and see what 2022 actually brings record wise, because we've had some pretty fake records. So let's hope we find some really legit ones here with Koenigsegg. And finally, at number one, and this is probably going to be the least hyper looking hypercar and probably the most anticipated car on today's list, and that's the Tesla Roadster. You know why. And this car has some pretty insane numbers. We're talking, 0 to 60 in 1.1 seconds, according to them, and a top speed of over 250 miles per hour. And this is just the base model car we're talking about. And some of the stuff they're talking about adding to this car, such as rocket boosters, we're talking about rocket boosters on a production car. That is nuts. That's insane. And I really want to see how that works. Now, this car has been delayed a couple of years ago by a couple of years. Now, it was supposed to come out this year, but they've delayed that to 2023. Now, I don't know if that's because of the chip shortage, because it was delayed right before we knew there was a chip shortage. I don't know if it's a thing of Elon Musk wanting this car to be better than they showed us in 2017, or I don't know. I'm not in his headspace. I'm in my head canon. Now, if you ask me, this car is probably not going to live up to the expectations that they set in 2017 when they said it was going to be the fastest car in the world. A lot of cars have come out since then that are known to be faster than what this car was claiming. Namely, the Rimac Nevera, which is another electric hypercar, which 0 to 60 time is so crazy that there's probably not going to be a car that actually beats it. This car might come close with some of the stuff that Tesla does, like, a 1 foot rolling start to get to the 0 to 60 time, which is a whole nother story for a whole nother video that I won't be making. What I will say is you still can put a reservation on a Tesla Roadster for $50,000. I don't know what the actual cost for the car is, but if you got $50K, you can still put a reservation on their website for that car. When will you get your car? I have no clue. I'm assuming the people that first put their reservations in 2017 will get their car first, and they've been waiting 5 years. So you'll probably be waiting another 5 years to get yours. So there you have it, 5 hypercars that have yet to be released. Can you tell me of other hypercars that haven't been released yet? Because I'm assuming that a lot of these cars are already in the driver's hands. I don't know because I don't have that type of plug and I don't see too many of these cars on the road. So if you know of some other cars that haven't been released, let me know in the comments. And with that said, I'd like to bring this video to a close. So, if you like the video, like the video. If you dislike the video, dislike the video. If you want to see what I got planned next, come see what I got planned next. Got a lot of stuff for the channel. Really want you guys to be there with me. And with that said, I'll catch you later.